that down, let's move on to this, shall we? The biggest obstacle facing the streaming companies today is not really acquiring new subscribers or stuff like that. I mean, these are all challenges for sure, but the main pirate on the seas for streamers isn't even piracy. It's churn. What is churn? Churn is simply the process of, let's take Apple TV Plus, for example. Succession is airing season 2 right now. Churn is when somebody says, okay, I'll sign up for Apple TV Plus because I want to watch Succession. And then once Succession is done, they cancel. And then maybe they come back 8 months later when the next season of Shrinking comes on, or For All Mankind, or something along those lines. But the whole idea of canceling a service once you're done watching something you want to watch, and then maybe coming back to it a little bit later. It's known as churn. It's the biggest thing that's costing. It's totally good for people to do, but it's the one thing that's costing a lot. And the streamers have been really fighting to find ways to counter churning. Well, a little while ago, Disney Plus with Hulu decided to partner up with HBO Max. I know it's just called Max. I will never just call it Max. It's HBO Max. Decide to partner up with Max and do a bundle. The theory behind it was that if people have Disney Plus and HBO Max, then there's more likely going to constantly be something they want to watch, and maybe they won't churn as much. Well, that's been around for a few months now. Has it worked? Well, according to this headline and deadline, Disney Max bundle is quote unquote just crushing it. Better subscriber retention rate than Netflix is a wake-up call for the industry, researchers say. Deadline went on to write this. The CEO of Antenna said that the company's most recent findings show that the bundle, that's the Disney and HBO one, is quote unquote getting real customer traction and is just crushing it in terms of subscriber retention. In fact, the firm said that 80% of the roughly 1.6 million customers who signed up between July and December for the bundle of Max, Disney, and Hulu were still subscribed 3 months later. That's higher than Disney's own bundle of Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, Max on its own, and Netflix, all of which were in the 55% range. First of all, can we wrap our heads around that for a second? That almost half of streaming subscribers engage in churn, which, hey, listen, if you do you, if that's what works for you, I think you should do it. But that is something that costs the streamers untold amounts of money, right? And all of a sudden they try this bundle deal. Well, let's see if this works. It's like, well, that thing I wanted to watch on Disney Plus is done, but this thing on HBO is coming up, so I'm going to keep the thing going. And then you watch that. Okay, now I got this thing on, well, Daredevil's coming out now. I want to watch that, so we'll keep, and 80% retention, which I got to admit doesn't sound like a lot, but when you realize the industry kind of standard right now is like 55% retention, that's insane. So my question becomes, how long until Peacock, Paramount Plus, Amazon, and Apple TV all form one bundle, or until we finally get that one master bundle to rule them all? The one ring of streaming service bundles. Yeah, $59.99,
we'll
and
call
you get
cable.
We'll
the
call
darkness
it,
binds them.
we'll call it cable. But like seriously, $60 a month, and you get Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon and Max and Peacock and Paramount Plus and OnlyFans Red subscriptions. I don't know if that's a real thing. I just kind of made it up.
Well,
Well, now
sign me up.
now you have my attention. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, NordVPN. All right, let's be real. There's nothing worse than wanting to stream your favorite show or watch a live game only to find out it's blocked in your country. But guess what? With NordVPN, that is never a problem. With just one click, you can switch your virtual location and access content from anywhere in the world. I have loved using NordVPN. Whether I'm traveling and using public Wi-Fi or just shopping online, NordVPN keeps my personal info safe and private. By switching my location, I can even save money on flights, hotels, and subscriptions. It's like a cheat code for getting the best deals. NordVPN is the fastest VPN in the world, so there's no buffering when I'm streaming. Plus, their threat protection feature blocks malware, trackers, and phishing attempts, keeping my devices safe 24/7. And with just one account, I can protect up to 10 devices, so my whole setup is covered. So to get the best discount on your NordVPN plan, head to nordvpn.com/John Campea, and our link will even give you 4 extra months for free on the 2-year plan. Plus, there's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Links in the description. Check it out now. So, Rob, I knew this would have an impact. I knew that bundling would reduce churn. I didn't suspect these types of numbers. Do you think this is going to be something that becomes consistent? Do you think it's just a flash in the pan? And do you think it's going to be much longer now before we see even more of these bundle deals start coming down the pipe?
Well, you know, I've been noticing more and more how much I pay for subscriptions, because some of them I have on a PayPal card and some of them I have on my regular bank. I need to consolidate where I'm paying my cable bills from or my streamer bills from. And I'm surprised at just how much I am spending for various. Maybe I should get Rocket Money and get down on my subscriptions.
Yeah.
But I mean, I look at this stuff and I think it's a good idea. And especially if you have disparate, like suddenly Hulu is airing Paradise, which is my new favorite show. You know, and
I watched the new one last night.
Oh
my
did you
God.
watch episode 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so good.
And it's like I changed I went and got the Disney Plus Hulu bundle, and I changed specifically to get that. Now the Max thing I'm paying for separately, but if you have 2 or 3 subscriptions bundled together to different services, that leads me to not want to churn as much, because there's more to see on all of those platforms. And if you have 2 or 3, like you said, if I had 10, if there's a bundle for 10, then you're just paying for cable again.
Yeah.
Cable, the place for streaming.
You know, and the whole point of buying, you know, Netflix or buying Max is you're trying to go for the place that you use the most. But, you know, if I'm jumping around, John, having a bundle's a better deal. And I think that it's probably going to be, I mean, didn't we always posit that was going to happen like 3 or 4 years ago, that yes, one day we're going to be bundled back together, and all these shows and and everyone's just going to take their piece of the pie.
By the way, I should have mentioned this up front, but if you were to get Disney Plus without ads, Hulu without ads, and Max without ads, you're spending $53 a month for those 3. The bundle of all 3 without ads, $29. So not only is it appealing in the sense that, well, I won't churn because I got the show on Hulu coming out, I got that show on Disney Plus, I got that show, but it's also saving you a substantial amount of money for now until they start raising the prices again, right?
Yes.
But anyway, Chris, you see this. Are you surprised by the retention success that they're having? Do you think this can continue? Do you think this will encourage other streamers to bundle or not? How do you see it?
I feel like it's just a testament to them consistently having content for us to view and consume. So you're not going to dump these things because you still want to watch the next thing. It's close enough that you're going to get a new show. I seriously lately have been going, there's not really anything on Amazon right now. I don't really use Prime. Do I need to keep this? Celebrity Jeopardy's fun, or Pop Culture Jeopardy's fun, but do I need to keep this one? Whereas Hulu constantly has things for me, and I too have that Disney Hulu bundle.
Which Paradise is currently on.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Which is so great.
So good. Such a good show.
So fun. So I feel like this, mostly what we can take from it is make sure you constantly have good content, which I know seems like an obvious yet difficult thing to achieve. But as long as you are continually having things that keep your viewers there, whether it be bringing things out of the vault, so to speak, and having that on your platform, or enticing people with weekly drops, which we have seen do really well with most shows. Certain things do well with a binge, certain things do well when we have that weekly, and that helps with that retention on streamers. But I feel like the big thing here is just make sure your content keeps people around and that they don't dump you the minute that one show is gone.
To that point, I would be very shocked to find out that these companies that go into mergers aren't having coordination meetings on when they're dropping now certain series to
Yeah.
keep that going.
Absolutely.
So like right now, exactly going to that whole model that they have right now with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max. So we've got Daredevil coming up on Disney Plus. We've got Paradise airing right now. And we've got Last of Us coming up on HBO imminently.
Oh yeah, right.
Then Andor coming on
Andor,
Disney
yep,
Plus.
yep.
I mean, it's just, and for almost half the price of all that, you kind of lose that incentive to cancel and re-sign up because everything's there. It's
Yeah, in the last couple of days, like we've even talked about on the show, about how we're so fortunate as like series fans that these things are coming out in succession. There's probably a plan to that.
what did we say are going to be the 3 shows that are they're
Well,
not all starting at the same time, but we're going to all be on at the same time.
Daredevil,
Daredevil,
Andor,
and Last of Us Season 2.
So you said it.
We're literally going to have a week where I'm going to have 3 nights that I'm
Well,
going to get to watch absolute premium TV that I'm really looking forward to.
I think you just pulled back the curtain on Oz, honestly.
Yeah, that's
So.
it. There it is. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? First of all, are you a churner? I mean, that's a good consumer way if you want to save some money and stuff like that. But would you be incentivized to maybe not churn if you had the proper bundle that appealed to you at a proper price? I mean, that's
a great
30
insult. You're a churner.
people wear it as a badge of honor.
No, Billy, I don't want you going over to Chris's house. That family.
That's a family of churners.
That'd be fair. Stay away, Billy. We're
Yeah.
also
Oh, you know what
stealing the
I hear?
Delgado's
It
HBO.
reeks of try hard.
I hear that stupid alien diner
was made.
owner in the Star Wars prequel going, they're cloners.
Yeah.
And that's, by the way,
churner.
Alien Earth, Hulu.
There you go.
Yeah, that-
Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
coming.
yeah.
But for
Mother Earth is
$29 a
expecting.
month for what you would have to spend $50+ a month, I don't know. Does this look appealing to you? Do you think this is going to help fight churning? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thought. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.